Good news. I just got the wire transfer. We're good to go.
Okay. Sorry, it's only $4.99 this week.
Well, we can get 1 cent, I'm sure, in donations. Not positive about that. I'm not confident. Not confident.
No. No donations. No donations. All right.
Fortunately, this is a Raid Shadow Legends podcast now.
Look, if that's what it takes, like,
Should we get content?
now which characters do you recommend buying this week, Justin?
Well, you can get one of the Ninja Turtles.
Really?
Yeah, you can get all 4 of them. And Master Splinter and April O'Neil.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to subscribe to your newsletter about this game then.
Okay.
All right. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to another Tap Calf Transmissions episode. I am one of your hosts, Corey, joined, as always, by the other host of this very podcast, Mr. Justin Eckhartsladder, last name here. How are you doing tonight, Justin?
I'm good. I'm coming at you from the void, the great void.
Yeah,
So my voice and my appearance are coming from a great distance.
for the audio listeners, you're not
Great
missing
distance.
out in anything this week because Justin, he doesn't have his webcam on. He's informed me that
The economic realities stated that I will not be making appearances on any channel I do not have at least a 50% stake in. And I have no interest in acquiring a 50% stake in this one.
That is the right financial decision, sir.
To be fair, you're probably like the second or third biggest lore channel right now, Corey.
Maybe of the ones that end up on like the public consciousness, but there's others that like people never talk about, but which do much better than a lot of the channels that are like household names. So,
Oh, really?
mhm.
Damn.
You got your red fives out there that are just pumping
I
out
know Red
like
5.
standard lore videos, but I don't see them talked about very much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're getting those numbers. I haven't looked in the last little while, but I know they were getting those numbers. I don't know.
I've been getting great numbers for non-Star Wars stuff. I think my Arc Raiders video is going to hit like 200 or 300K, and my Battle LA video 150.
Okay, well,
Did one
yeah,
on the
it's
road,
nice to
260.
have other content that people like to watch. That's great for you.
It's nice, man. It's
Maybe
nice.
it's time for that worm video or Animorphs or something.
Honestly, yeah, I do think so.
All right. Well, tonight's topic is neither Worm nor Animorphs. It is Legacy of the Force Book 8. Unfortunately, Ilkin was not able to make it for tonight, but it is time for Legacy of the Force Revelation. We'll make sure that when we do, is it Inferno? No, not Inferno. Invincible. We do Invincible.
Yeah.
That Ilkin will be here. We'll reschedule if we have to. He was going to be here until today, and then it just didn't work out.
See.
Wasn't in the cards. He doesn't have trivia to go to, but it's
We'll see. We'll see.
Then, of course, next week will be Visions Volume 3, episodes 4 and 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So,
I've got something controversial to say
about this book.
This was my. There might be a big. There might be a discrepancy in this because I actually really like this one. This is my favorite Legacy of the Force book yet.
I don't know if
how
that's.
you feel.
I don't know if that's like a super hot take.
It's gonna be an A for me. I'm just gonna say right now. I really like this one.
That's fair. I think
enter it in the spreadsheet right now if you choose.
I think that's a fair take. I think like Legacy of the Force has been fairly consistent overall as far as like planning and writing and all that. It's just a lot of the books in the middle didn't have as much happening. This one has more stuff happening, more stuff being set up. We're finally getting somewhere with plots that have kind of been in place since Sacrifice. Like, this is stuff that all could have happened in Sacrifice. and then there's been a couple books of like kind of treading water. So in this book, we see Ben and Lon Shavu. They get really into the investigation on who killed Mara Jade Skywalker, and luckily, one Darth Kaitis, Jacen, aka Jacen Solo, just admits to it.
tells
So we
everyone.
have that happening. We have the Battle of Fondor as one of the most like on-screen battles we've seen, other than like Exodo 2, where we really get a sense of what's going on in the war. We have another situation where a planet, Fondor, is like kind of going from the Galactic Alliance to the Confederation, and it ends up being a big flashpoint. We have the splintering of the Galactic Alliance into the Galactic Alliance and the Galactic Alliance in Exile, or the Jedi Alliance starting to form. So a lot's going on here. We're also pouring one out.
Take down planetary shields as well.
Yeah. But, Justin, we have an unheard of level of tragedy here because a 92-year-old man dies.
Yeah, you know what? The action in this book was good. What actually worked for me, and I was surprised because the Mando stuff can be hit or miss, and what I really appreciated was like all of these, this is a book series called Legacy of the Force, and we are facing a lot of people, in their mid to late lives, kind of looking back and thinking about their legacy and, the mistakes they made in the past. And Boba Fett hasn't worked for me at times, but he's a character who I really liked, and he just, at this point, he's not quite as old. He's in his 70s, but he's really miserable and reflecting on like all the mistakes he's made in his life. And then on the other hand, you have Pelion, who's kind of the opposite. He kind of does have some regrets as well. Even Dala, who is reintroduced in this one, has regrets. And obviously, Luke is like, a lot of these people are past, the prime of their lives, and I thought this book handled that better than most others.
Yeah, like if Obi-Wan was in this book, we could have called it No Country for Old Ben, and it would have been great, but unfortunately he's not. So we are stuck with just Legacy, and it does work. Like, Boba's plot does work better in this book in particular. It is really, it is incredibly frustrating that the Mandalorians are so central to everything. Like, I think that is by far the worst part of it. But like, it's still a lot of fun in the way it gets executed, and everything moves along at a nice pace. You have those moments with the characters. I do think this would have been, it would have benefited from more Luke and Leia a little bit, but with such an emphasis on finding Mara's killer, and you finally get the reveal of Jacen as a Sith Lord, there's like no reaction to that. Like, there's some weaknesses in there.
Base issue by far. This book does. I totally agree. The biggest issue with this book, and really with Legacy of the Force in general, is they don't show or tell a lot of the time. Because you're right, with Jacen, there should have been a big reveal where everyone was like, okay, he's not just like a fallen Jedi, or he's not just like losing the plot. He's a full-on Sith Lord. And I thought we were going to. I thought Shaw, like in my memory, I thought Niathal told Luke that, but I guess not.
Because she finds out.
And it's also, and then it's just weird because like another example is Dala, who they talk about Dala being like a military mastermind, and that's like clearly not earned based on what we've read of her up to this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Dala gets a bit of a bad rap, but like, she comes in as like this savior here. And like the Empire's a fucking mess, so it doesn't really take that much. But I think it was this one. It was just we were supposed to read this book so long ago, but I think it is here. Where I went into this book thinking like, did I miss something in the last couple books where everyone found out Jacen was a Sith Lord? Because everyone talks about him in here as if they already know, coming out of nowhere. Not just that he's a bad guy, but that he is explicitly a Sith. Actually, and it's just like a thing that they're talking about. So I was literally going back to the prior book, looking for like, what did this happen? And I just skipped it.
Yeah, like, and that's kind of what I was waiting for at the end too, because the book ends with Shivu gets a recording of Jacen. Also, Jacen is. You said we're gonna not talk about worm. Jacen is a worm in this book. Like, I really appreciate he's like Jacen has fully lost. Like, he has absolutely fully like lost it. He's
Yeah.
like Donald Trump if he was physically fit and had the force. Like, at one point he's like this reporter, he's telling them exactly what happened, but he doesn't understand. I'm going to arrest him. like bro,
Missed that detail.
we've lost the plot here. But yeah, like at the end, I was waiting for them to react emotionally, not just to him killing Mara, but him like admitting that he's a Sith Lord and taking his Sith name and stuff. But they don't even really, they don't
Yeah,
touch
it's
that.
such a not like, guys, can you please call me Darth Kyson? And then like, okay, Jacen.
It's okay if you call me sir, I guess, but
But like,
when we're here.
we get every moment of Boba Fett's reaction to what it means when Sintas eats like a blueberry. But we have Jacen revealing he's officially a Sith Lord, and there is nothing from Luke on Leia or even really Jaina. And we get a chapter from her perspective right after. It's just about like, is it okay to kill him? How should I handle this? She has that with Murda. But like there's not really much reflection from anyone on like, oh, so this is actually what Jacen's doing, or like the actual gravity of that within their religion. And I think a lot of that is because Karen Travis just thinks of Jedi that way, of like, oh, well, they are the problem in every situation, so what's the difference? But that's not how these characters think about that.
It's
so
a bit
like
weird
this is a reveal.
Yeah, and even like there's so much of like Mandalorian history that Karen Travis acts like's been fleshed out at this point, but I really don't think has been. Like, where do Mandalorians having this long time vendetta against the Jedi even come? Like, yes, they had it in ancient history, but I don't really feel like other post or like other Legends works of this era really established that. It's also weird how they spend so much time. One of the weirdest things this book does is it's focus on it's not just this book, it's the last three, on Fen Shisa and Leia visiting during the Galactic Civil War. That's from like an original Marvel comic, like the same comics that Lumaya came from. So I mean that's kind of fun, but like I think the series doesn't do enough to like it assumes all this information about the Mandalorians are just true, or that we should somehow know it, despite the fact that like the Mandalorians really in the expanded universe at this point, especially like in this era, weren't touched a whole lot.
Yeah, like and to the extent they're like the epitome of that meme where it's like the guy celebrating, like pouring the champagne all over his face, then you zoom out and he's on the third plate. Like that is who they are fundamentally. And we're supposed to think that not just are they the most skilled at everything, but also the way they go about being these soldiers of fortune is the most moral way to do it as well. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know. It's so, Mandalore is so far up its own ass that it's hard to really, it like unironically, yes, Mandalore does insist upon itself in this. Even though I don't know what Seth MacFarlane meant by that. I don't know if Seth MacFarlane knows what Seth MacFarlane meant by that, but like it's just everywhere. Everything is about Mandalore now.
Yeah.
They took over a Star Destroyer with fucking 6 guys, which was in the middle of a little bit of a mutiny, to be fair, but still.
Yeah, yeah, it's like they get one vein of Beskar and they're fucking real back in business.
Well, they have their alliance with the bugs, with the Verpine.
Mm-hmm. They do have that.
Yeah, so galactic power.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that stuff doesn't really work for me, but I was surprised how much I really liked Boba Fett stuff, as I mentioned. I actually did like the Jaina stuff more than I thought I would. I mean, I don't really think she's learned very much, but she's got some stuff to do next book, so hopefully. But yeah, I find I really liked Boba Fett as a more tragic character. Like I saw this video the other day. It was like what it's like being a NEET, like not in education, employment, or training. And he's like I wake up and I game, I go to sleep at 5, and it feels like 10 years has been gone in 5 months. And like that is basically Boba Fett, except he does have a job. Like he's got no loved ones. He's just full of regret. He's been completely brutalized by his own actions because he can't even let someone touch him now. And he finds his wife, and she didn't even have the grace to fucking age in carbonite. So it's like his wife's like 20, and he's or like 25, and he's like in his 70s. So he's like, there's no way she can pretend to even like me anymore. I'm gross.
Yeah. Where was there? There was a little hint though of a future love connection for Boba and Dalla though, so he's
Yeah,
maybe got that going on.
I like that scene too. Yeah, I was actually surprised how much I like Dalla in this book. I thought because Dalla as a character, as like an idea, kind of annoys me,
Because you hate women.
but exactly. I'm one of the moths, but I thought she was handled well, even though she is like, not the. She is a bit of a Mary Sue in this, not to use the gamer word, but like where Dalla appears off screen and she's killed half the moths, and she's got this secret fleet, and she's basically, I mean, she's going to be chief of state in like 2 books. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do kind of like the idea of her having this like backdoor communication with Pelion, and then they have this
yeah,
agreement, and the whole Urmanu culture thing comes up a lot, and I looked it up. It's only ever a thing that's referenced by Karen Travis, and everyone talks about it in this book all the time. She's like,
yeah,
I'm not some Urmanu king. It's like, okay, well, is this a thing I should
bro, what
know?
does
Is
that
this like
even mean?
an ancient space empire? Like, no, it's just like one
That's just
planet somewhere that's never appeared anywhere until now.
yeah, yeah. She will do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
they had their little uh war drumming thing. I mean,
yeah,
Dal is just someone who's played a lot of Europa Universalis in her time off or something, and she just wants to talk to Pelion about this cool culture that she's really into now.
yeah. She like read the Wikipedia page once, and he's like, "Oh my god, shut up!
We
Like,
do
can't
get
we
some
get it?"
interesting developments with Pelion. There are three
Hmm.
main things I noted here. One, we get the Bloodfin a lot of Bloodfin.
Yeah, yeah,
Two, it refers to Pelion explicitly as the head of state, which I don't
yeah.
think
This
is
book really fucks up the GA. Like this book makes the GA Empire stuff even more confusing, in my opinion.
yeah. But even within the
Because
Empire, like Pelion is not the head of state.
no,
Like that
no,
was
he's
never
not.
his deal.
Yeah, so like at the beginning of this book, or at the beginning of this, so like the whole idea of like what is the GA, and this is going to be confusing in Fate of the Jedi as well. Like we get the idea that it's kind of okay. For one, at the beginning, Pelion is the supreme commander of the Galactic Alliance forces. And then when Jacen gets up to his nonsense, he leaves. But like the Empire, like I always understood it as like the Galactic Alliance is kind of like I don't know if it would be uh like hegemony of like kind of like the New Republic states, like all the New Republic planets, then also the Empire, then also the Hapens. But like the Empire like phases in and out depending on like the individual
Yeah.
needs of the story. Like at this point, the Empire should be in the GA because like that's what happened at the end. Like
No,
that that's
I
how
think
we're
they
led
do
to understand it.
explicitly back out in one of the prior books, or even they at
Okay.
least say
All
they
right.
have in this one. But yeah, the Empire has been out since this started. And like when
Yeah.
Pelion gets fired, Empire's functionally
Which you'd
out.
think would be a way bigger thing than Fondor leaving.
Yeah, Corellia can't leave. Empire can't. But I think that's part of why, like, I can see that being the legal standing for the Hapens and for the
Yeah.
Empire and such. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that can be dealt with.
It's
But
just
the
weird because there's like no, there should be like a GA, like the GA should be an umbrella then of like a, an alliance between the states, but there's no like specific GA state, or it should have a different name. Like it should be the Galactic Alliance is the New Republic, the Empire, the Hapens, and all these others.
well, it's
But
more
there is
like
no,
the GA is the UK, and
yeah,
then
yeah, that's a good
the
comparison.
Empire is Scotland, Hapes is
Yeah,
Wales, but the New Republic is England.
yeah,
So you
that's a
have
good
those
comparison.
other governments, but you don't have like the
The
English
problem is,
government still in the
yeah, the problem is they don't use a term like England for the actual like
yeah
GA,
for the former
like
New Republic. But
yeah,
it's like those get kind of like split up into their own constituent parts. But I think the
yeah.
big thing there is just Senate representation. Like we never
Mhm.
find out if like the GA Senate involves representation from the Empire and the Hapens. Like there's no senator from Bastion representing within the GA as far as we know. There's no senator
Yeah.
from Hapes. There's no like senator from Cheruba. So it seems like they're functionally still entirely self-governing and also have no say really in the like federal policy. And is it purely a military thing? I don't know.
I think this deserves a video by you.
I want to do a video on it, but it makes no goddamn sense to me, so I can't explain it to anyone yet.
I know, like Fate of the Jedi will at the beginning. I remember they talk a bit about the structure of things because
Yeah.
we've mentioned this scene a few times. Luke at one point is like, I don't know if he's in the Senate or like in a high office, like a meeting, and he's like, "Man, we're surrounded by Imperials. Like everything's back to how it was."
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I it that is interesting in a way, especially now that Jacen is Jacen's like at this point a combination of Palpatine and Vader
Yeah.
because he's more on the ground and but I mentioned this earlier, I do appreciate how he has completely lost the plot. Like his like strategies and his like rationale, like he's completely forgot what he's even fighting for.
Yeah.
Like he has a chance to, so as Corey mentioned, one of the big points in this book is the Battle of Fondor. Fondor is this big shipbuilding planet. It's made its way into canon too, as I'm sure many of you listening know. And he wants to punish. Well, he actually wants to bring them back in the fold. And initially, he's like, "Yeah, we'll blockade them, and we'll go in, and they'll probably retreat." But once the battle starts and they put up a fight and the Jedi help, he basically just goes crazy. He gets his yellow eyes. He does this trick where he kind of does like Lumaya style essence. Like he like takes control of someone's body. It's kind of a cool scene. He takes control of someone in the shield generator station, hits the big off button, and then they hit it with a strike from orbit, and he's like in the body as it's destroyed. But at that point, they're burning Fondor's capital city, and Cha Niathal, who's also there in a second fleet, she calls the prime minister, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, we surrender." And she calls off the attack, and Jacen's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "We got to punish them." Like, what are you talking about? Like, you've got them under heel, and you've got their shipyards fully intact, and like they're ready to start building ships for you. But like, you're just angry at this point. And while he's doing that, it's kind of a creepy scene actually, where there's like a half the force is like blitzing the planet, and um he's using like his battle meditation to just make everyone like insane, just like super angry.
They
And
all
I
become
thought it
like
was
Trace Crefet. Oh, it makes sense now. Like in Destiny's Way, I think it was when the Bothans declare our cry. Like Trace Crefet starts being this like just whooping on the bridge and like let's kill the Vong after being one of the most reasonable military figures throughout the
yeah.
rest of the war. So maybe like that's when he starts hanging out with Jacen when Jacen's back, right? And Jacen's doing the battle meditation. So maybe this is one of Roger's tricks all along.
I do like how Jacen is just like, it's like it's like a fire. He's like, as he makes them angrier, it's like blowing back on him, and he's just like getting real worked up. um,
But the
he's
way
like always, yeah,
the way we get to this battle, because a big part of the last few books has been everyone's losing so many ships. Where will Jacen get more ships when he keeps blowing up all of his own ships? And it's getting the Empire on board, getting Pelion back on board. And the way that he does that is he promises the Empire that they could get Bilbringi back and they could get Borleus back, which Borleus has been only useful as a stepping stone to Coruscant. So
yeah. I
bad
don't see
plan.
why. Isn't it basically a farming world? Like,
Yeah, but it's described here as shipbuilding for Bilbringi and banking for Borleus. Like, I've literally never heard of anyone having a Borleus bank.
Maybe a sperm bank when Rogue Squadron was there.
Well,
I don't
there
know.
were Bothans and Corrin there, so you know.
Yeah, that's a weird one. But I do like how at that point the Moffs are like, we could just take those right now, and like, if he does give it to us, we're still gonna have to occupy and essentially. Although at this point, like, I think I forget who says it, but they're right. Half the galaxy probably does not view the Empire significantly more negatively than the GA at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, yes, the Empire fought a rebellion and they were obviously awful, but like the GA is in a civil war, not with the well, I guess with the rebellion, but at this point they're also fighting. They've got a government in exile, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, and we know nothing about domestic policy. We just know Jacen's weird.
Yeah, he goes to his little office on Coruscant, and I don't know. I feel like there maybe should have been some blowback from what happened at Fondor.
Yeah, it's so it just gets back to being so weird that Jacen, like, sure, dark side, yeah, he's gone wild, but the idea that Jacen thinks like, oh, if you just make an example of one more example and it'll fix everything, one more lane, bro. But
More lane, yeah.
his mom's world got blown up entirely, and that didn't stop the rebellion.
Yeah, and I mean, they explicitly say, like, Jacen, by the way, you're breaking the rules of war at this point. Like, no, it's actually fine.
And we do have they mentioned Dala, or they mention like, oh, is it time for the first female Moff? There has been a female Moff before, at least one or two. But you know, and it's someone that they like. I think one of the TR devs was talking about how when they were planning this series, it was either going to be Dala that gets brought back or Leonia Tavira, who was a female Moff.
She from one of the comics.
So,
what's she from?
She was from iJedi.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, she's the one with the Jensari. That
yeah.
has Mirix.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happened before. But
did not remember that.
there is one page that I don't know if it's just the ebook version I have, but I was kind of confused because I think it's maybe an editing mistake.
Hit me with it.
There's a conversation between Pelion and Jacen, and they're talking about how to deal with Fondor. And Pelion, so Pelion was still stroking his mustache. I'm just saying that subduing a civilian population is much harder than smashing a fleet. Not if you project sufficient firepower, or sufficient power, said Kaitis. Pelion didn't blink. Which force are we talking about? The unseen one available to you, or the one that goes bang? Conventional force. But, like, no one had said force thus far.
Doesn't he say, wait, can you read the sentence before that?
Not if you project sufficient power, said Kaitis. Pelion didn't blink.
I'm pretty sure it says force in the audiobook, because and in the normal book, I assume. But maybe not. But yeah, I remember that statement right as you were reading it. Pelion he's just tired. He's just over it. Dealing with Jacen. Jacen's like got no strategy. He's just an awkward loser. And Yeah, I do like Pelion's really played up as a ladies' man in this. I mean, the last few books.
That's kind of always how he is, at least in Travis's books.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can fix my internet a little bit. Let me know if
Sure.
that is any better, because apparently the stream is cutting out.
Oh, is it?
Uh,
Uh-oh. That's a recording.
yeah, the recording will be fine, but my router is fine. My modem is fine. My router fucking sucks. I've started unplugging my computer from my router when I'm going to stream and plugging it directly into the modem. I didn't do that
Yeah.
tonight because Dana's home and she
Yeah.
would lose access to the TV. But I don't know.
Is it in like a bad place? Like mine's
No,
in like
I'm
I'm surprised.
hardwired into the router.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's weird then. Is it from your ISP?
Yeah, it's a shitty fucking router,
Yeah. They'll give you it's like a box with 6 paper clips in it.
pretty much.
The
So
internet
I'm
bounces between these and
the last one I
it somehow
had was
works.
much better from Tech Savvy, but then I moved to
Who are you with?
I'm with Kudo now, public. Yeah, Kudo.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where my phone is, and it was much cheaper than anything else. The internet itself is fine. It's just this stupid mode.
You know, I was surprised. I was the other night. I was comparing internet prices with Zach and Arash. I expected ours to be way more expensive than theirs, but it was like comparable.
Yeah, like mine is 95 a month for
Yeah, mine's
pretty reasonable.
about that. But I get really good. Like I get two. I think I get two down, two up, or four down, two up, maybe. But I'm also like I'm one of those people who will listen. I'm gonna negotiate. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna bring up that I've been a reliable customer for a long time. I'm gonna talk about all the services we've had packaged, and I'm gonna try to get that price down a little bit.
I would literally rather die.
Well,
Not happening.
you know, there's got to be winners and losers in the world,
Yeah, and
and I'm the loser because I spend time on the phone getting my internet down $15 a month.
I
Man,
need that at this point, unless some videos start taking off again. But yeah, so
Corey Shadow Legends coming anytime now.
they haven't offered. At this point, like I'd do it. I'd do it.
You know, I was talking to somebody. I'm not going to say who. They said that you know who, because I told you their channel did so well. Their wife, the raid was like, does your wife have any interest in starting one? So if I can get mine going well, I'll put a good word in for you, but I'm taking like at least $500.
Where's that number keep coming from?
That's just what I value my time as.
You know, I have with my prior ISP before I left, I did because I was entirely leaving because of the price, and I was like, okay, I will leave. Like, I can get this for like $40 less at another company. What can you do for me? And they're like, oh, we
I mean,
don't
that's
do
kind of
price matching. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gone. And they're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
So there was nothing else to be done. But
yeah.
we
You
also
know I have subscribers, right?
what's that?
I'm joking. No, I was pretending that you threw your YouTube status at them, but I know it's not really something that would work. It's not like an ISP having bad publicity in Canada means anything. We've got like 3 options
Well,
anywhere you
I
go.
use one of the smaller wholesalers, right? It's all on the same infrastructure. So it doesn't really matter who you go with.
Yeah.
Like it's just for the price. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
we have that one here too. Sorry, go ahead.
well, I was just going to talk about this book called Revelation, but
Yeah.
so we have the side plot about Ben and Shevu's investigation, which ultimately like Ben goes and he lays out all the evidence, but part of the evidence was a recorded confession of Jacen saying, "I'm a Sith Lord. I did it. I killed Mara." But it had to happen, and
Yeah.
Like again, we don't really get a great. We don't really explore that a huge amount. And I'm sure we're getting to more of it in Invincible. But in the moment, it would have been nice to see more of that reaction, especially from Jaina. Like I can understand there being less from Han, Luke, and Leia if you're going to deal with that later. If you just wanted to have them in like stunned silence, but it's not even particularly close to the end of the book.
Yeah.
And there is the moment later where Luke gets to see Mara's ghost off screen and Ben cries, which is nice.
Yeah, like that.
But like, there's such a focus on like the minutia of Boba Fett's life, and so little to do with like the family's reaction to this. Like the title of the book is Revelation, and the revelation that takes up most of the air is Sintas to learning about Boba. Which
Sintas trying to retcon various Mandalorian backstories, which have been mixed up through time.
But it's also like, oh, but Boba was also in the right, because what happened, like the thing that drove them apart is that Boba got exiled from Mandalore because he killed a superior officer who had sexually assaulted, because I can't use the actual term on YouTube without possible side effects, Sintas. So the fact that he was gone, we all learned that like Boba never has actually done anything wrong in his life. Everyone loves him. The Mandalorians are fine with him being his leader, even his most vociferous opponents. They won't actually do anything about replacing him because reasons, even though he's done nothing for Mandalorians and he's like slightly warming up to maybe doing his job now. Like I don't. What are they accepting this for? Like, is Fen Shisa really carrying that much weight at this point that everyone's just gonna be like, let the guy do whatever he wants?
Yeah. It's also just weird that, and like part of this, I mean, I'm mixing part of this up too, I know, just because it is such a mess, but like this is the exact same backstory as the Jaster Muriel character.
Yeah.
Who was both like, I don't know if he killed a superior officer. I don't remember if it was for the same reason, but it's like the same thing. He is on Concord Dawn. I don't know if Boba was on Concord Dawn or not, but he kills a superior officer, Healy, and like that has to do with that being Boba Fett's original backstory. But it's just like it's just weird. Like Boba, like just so much of what's happened to Boba Fett during his life, like him going from bounty hunter to Mandalore, is just something we don't really see a whole lot of, and we're supposed to kind of understand the context now, and we just don't, in my opinion.
Well, he's been Mandalore for so long at this point, and he's still really bad at it. And like Goran Bevan does most of the work, but everyone just kind of treats him as like, oh, he's that guy who's sometimes here, and maybe he'll step
like
up
mascot,
finally.
basically.
And it's like, okay, but is he though?
Yeah, he's like a mascot.
And it's all such a big economic problem. And Boba Fett is like by far the richest person in the galaxy. He has the GDP of 13 planets put together, but he will not.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but the Mandalorians wouldn't accept that charity. They got to make the money themselves. Like, okay, well,
no, like we could find a way.
Yeah, let's
like, bro, they don't have water. Like,
yeah, like let's do something here.
Let's calm down a minute here.
They're gonna pull themselves up from their bootstraps because Karen Travis is.
Yeah, they're like simultaneously a destitute, like agricultural based society. With like half of them live in the mountains, and then also like this soon to be galactic powerhouse.
Yes. Well, they're exporting thousands of fighters already. They're at like what? I think it was export number 1,000 for the fighters, which is like more macro than you'd normally get from Travis in particular. A bigger number than you'd see. Like for the way it was being talked about before, it was almost as if like 2 squadrons of fighters would have turned the tide of the galactic war.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're the shitty ones too.
Yeah, the export.
They don't sell they don't, the import, or not the import, the domestic ones are full Mandalorian steel. They cut down the They give the galaxy the crack version. Cut it with bullshit.
Well, it's not even enough that like Beskar is this fucking uber metal. It
Yeah.
because Dow is like, oh, the Empire got a bunch of Beskar too, but we can't work it like you can. You gotta have the magic Mando fingers in there. Like, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Re-becoming the greatness we never weren't.
But we haven't really talked a whole lot about Pelion's death, because this
Yep.
is the death of Pelion, and he also acknowledged, like, his last thought is that officer who serves under him, who he thinks they're related. Does he think he's his grandson or his son? I can't remember.
He thinks
Son, yeah.
Because he knows he had another son who died, and now this guy is like, I don't know. I think he might be. Definitely banged his mom.
That I'm certain of.
He looks kind of like me.
Yeah, and somebody else, actually, I can't remember who it is, but somebody else looks at them and is like, "Wow, they look similar."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely meant to be his son. And yeah, that's the last thing he thinks about before. One of the last things he thinks about before he dies. Yeah. Except like how death is not what I thought it'd be. Like dying actually sucks. Like I thought I was just gonna float away. Like no, this hurts a lot.
This isn't epic at all.
Yeah. He gets blasted by Tahiri, she doesn't have a Sith name, and I don't think she gets one either. No. But yeah, she's doing some not chill stuff right now.
Yeah, she nearly gets killed by Murda. She gets like shivved in an artery, and she's bleeding out. Jacen almost dies trying to rescue her. So he does
that
stuff
Mandalorian
for
has a kill shot. The Mandalorian has a kill shot on Jacen.
No, you gotta leave him for the next book. This is only book 8. Only a book 8.
And then at the end, Jaina's like, I'm the only one who could do it. Like that Mandalorian could have done it.
It really does undercut the thing that Boba or that the Mandalorians are saying later of like, you're all turning this in, or sorry, that I guess it's Gotab. So he wasn't there. Like, oh, you're turning this into this big personal thing. How many millions need to die? Like there were 6 Mandalorians there who could have just blasted his ass, and they didn't because it'd waste Boba's time.
Yeah, and Boba probably wants to. Well, he's like, I don't want them to blame me for that. Like, I think we're past that. But
yeah, get the fuck over it. What do you care what Han Solo thinks of you?
Yeah, I can't wait till you get your nanovirus, you fucker.
One thing that I did think was cool about Gotab, that ties into stuff later, is that Jaina notes that he looks older than he ought to be, or he notes that, which he says healing takes a lot out of you, which kind of lines up with the whole Barriss debate in Tales of the Empire, where she ends up looking really aged, even though she should be much younger, and it's because she's a healer.
Yeah, it takes a little out of you.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, for sure she could get new eyes, though. Also,
well, what are you gonna do? Clone them?
No, you can get robot eyes because Dala herself is down an eye.
Yeah, but everyone who loses an eye in Star Wars, they're like, apparently eye prosthetics are so rare because Soontir doesn't want to get one because the real pilots need one. Even though he's
they always have a reason not to get one. Like, oh, I'm not getting one because this reminds me of what happens when I don't check my corners. Dala's like, I'm not going to get one until I avenge my husband who appeared and died off screen and we've never heard about before.
Is he
in any of the other books? I don't know.
This reminds me that blinking is a privilege and winking is a right.
Because I
don't think he ever got mentioned before.
I do think Dala gets her a new eye in later on. I'm pretty sure she replaces it.
Well, there's the 320 by 240 picture with her and Luke where they're in her office and they both look terrible. She has an eye patch in that still. Oh, Legis. Yeah. Hold on.
I was wondering whether he might be
one. No, wait. Yeah, okay, yeah. Legis was in Planet of Twilight.
Okay. Wow, what a book. What a book to appear in.
Involvement with City Ashgad. Was there a love plot in there?
I don't think
When
so.
Admiral Dalla arrived on the planet along with New Republic personnel, Vorn was reunited with his former lover. Did they get established? Oh, okay. Early in his career, he had a thing, an affair with Natasi Dalla. The affair would end when Dalla was transferred to the Constellation. I don't know if that was in Planet of Twilight or if
Yeah,
that's like a retcon.
yeah.
Or do
I
we need to do
remember
a
hearing
Planet
about
of Twilight reread or
her,
something?
her and Tarkin, basically.
Yeah, Tarkin was always her paramour, but
Even though he's an old man, that's nasty.
yeah, it doesn't work in new canon. But
Yeah, because Tarkin's gay, isn't he?
yeah,
Well, maybe. Is that
well,
from a
he's at
certain point
least
of view?
bi. He's him and a stormtrooper
I
are
only
together,
said
aren't they?
maybe because it's from what I remember, it's like very, very, very clearly hinted to be Tarkin, but I don't think it ever says his name.
Okay.
Like it's like he's like a very, very senior man on the Death Star, and I think it's from a certain point of view. I think it's from a certain point of view. So
Hmm.
I
Okay.
mean, I like this is one of the okay. This is one of the things I have an issue with when Wikipedia does their gay characters in Star Wars thing. And I'm not going to come at it like a grifter because I'm coming at it from the exact opposite angle. I don't like when it's like gay characters of Star Wars celebrating Luke, Han, or Luke, Obi-Wan, and any other. It's like the exact same thing where like you've talked about this before. Someone gets nicknamed Kid once, like Han
Yeah.
calls Luke Kid, and then on this Wikipedia page in the sidebar, that'll be one of his known aliases is Kid. It's like there's one occasion where he thinks someone's handsome, and it's like, could Luke be gay? Like, sure, he absolutely could be. That's what Mark Hamill said. Totally agree, but it's not really a real aspect of his character. And there's so many in the books at least actually good gay lesbian queer characters who like that's actually a part of their identity, whereas like Luke they're essentially like they're just Wikipediaing it like it's a technicality because he thought someone was handsome once. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like you're
it's a low
basically
bar.
you're going for the technicality because you can get all these big names instead of like actually celebrating like Alphabet Squadron or like Star Wars Aftermath, which both of those have like actually like gay characters or lesbian characters who are actually like written and have an identity other
Yeah.
than like, oh yeah, he thought someone was handsome once or whatever
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's was. I don't remember.
Yeah, like I can understand like wanting to kind of like reclaim characters for that, but yeah, if
Sure.
there's better examples of like openly gay characters rather than almost queer baiting with characters that
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
if
that
you
is an
say
aspect of it
that
too, I think.
Dean thought Castiel was cute once and then you don't follow up on that and then you end up with the finale of Supernatural and it's not appropriate for anyone. No spoilers.
I'm not familiar. I'll assume you're correct. Yeah. I think it's the exact same thing.
All right. Well, I think the last major plot line, unless there's something with Tahiri that you want to talk about, she's really on board with the whole Sith thing, I guess.
I'll say, and this isn't about her specifically, I do like the little interludes. I find they're fun, where it's like they're actually important because it tells you parts of the story.
Yeah.
Like we get Tahiri going to Endor, missing the group. We get we get a report from one of the senators about what happened between Mara and Jacen
Hmm.
and a bunch of other stuff. I think those are fun. It's
Yeah.
just something I wanted to note. Yeah.
And well, Ilkin's going to disagree with me about them next time. Not to spoil this for anyone, but because Invincible does something else with them. But
Okay. I don't
we
remember.
do have a bit more of the Mara and the Mara investigation subplot,
Mm-hmm.
and they refer to the argument between Mara and Jacen as Mara bawling him out I'm sure she bawled him out. Bawled. To me, that means someone cried at you. I'm not
Yeah, it
aware of
sounds sexual.
another sense in which it's used.
Yeah,
Am
that's
I
definitely
am I
not how.
wrong here?
No, no, that's a weird way to describe what happened. That's not how I would describe it.
Okay, shout out or call out noisily and unrestrainedly. Okay, that
Okay, well,
works.
Karen Travis is a boomer, so
I've never heard it in that sense.
consider that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never heard that either. Um,
Right.
but okay, fine.
Well, you at the start of this podcast made a declaration.
Yeah, I really I like the interpersonal stuff in here. You know, I also like the moment where we don't get a lot of it, but Leia cries after finding out what happens, and it's just a little thing. And you know, Leia's not a crier. Like Ben even says, like he's never seen his aunt cry, whereas Luke is like every 2 seconds, like dude, come on. But no, I like that. Like even though the actual plot of what's happening is sometimes a little whatever, or there's like issues in how the story is told. I do like how the characters, like I like how everyone reacts to Mara's death, and even though like some of the details aren't quite there, it's
Yep.
overall good. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one an A. I really liked
Okay.
it.
That's your prerogative. I'm sticking with B, I think. I think the focus being on what it is enough of a drawback for me
Yeah,
that leaves me wanting more of other stuff.
yeah, that's fair.
But I
I
think
can
this puts
understand that.
us yeah, you're
I think
2 ahead of
you've
me with
given.
A's now. So
Oh, which one? What was the other one I gave an A to? The first one?
no, I mean like generally in our CAF
Oh,
rankings.
okay. Damn. Everyone says I'm the negative
Actually,
asshole.
so yeah, the last book, the other one, not at least we've done some differences before. It's not all 1-to-1, but
Yeah.
Sanctuary, Bad Batch Sanctuary, I gave a B and you gave an A to as well.
I
Rogue
almost gave that one an
Planet,
S.
what?
I almost gave that one an
Yeah.
S.
And Rogue Planet, you gave a B and I gave a C. Like
Mm.
of the last 5 books, you've been a whole tier higher than me on 3 of them. So
Wow.
who's really the toxic grifter of the two of us?
Still me. Still me.
All right. Well, anything else you want to reveal?
No, I don't think we have any big news, do we? I don't think we really missed anything.
There was like more of a direct. There was a bit more news about the Ninth Jedi series, but like nothing that's
Yeah.
actually informational content. It was just like a social post about it.
Yeah, they've been doing lots of stuff about both the Ninth Jedi series and kind of they've been doing little highlights of each episode, which has been nice. I still haven't watched the last 4, but I'm excited.
Yep.
And I'm gonna rewatch the Ninth Jedi Part 1 and also that one, the Dragon Ball one from that I didn't really remember well from our first episode.
Yuko's fortune or treasure.
Yeah. Oh, we got books sent to us, didn't we?
We did.
Do you want to show it? Do you have it?
I think it might be upstairs. Yeah, I think it's upstairs. No, it's right here. It's at the bottom. It's got other books on top of it, so I can't. It is Master of Evil by Adam Christopher, which we can review at
When
some
does that
point.
release?
I think it's later this
November
month.
11th. So maybe we do that after we finish Legacy of the Force.
Well, let's see when Ilkin is available.
So
And
maybe we do
then,
it before Legacy of the Force.
well, if he's not going to be
Depending on
available
his
on the
avail-
20th, we could do it on the 20th. If he is going to be available on the 20th, we do Invincible. Because I do want to finish Invincible this month. Like, finish Legacy of the
Yeah.
Force. And
Yeah.
But
take a bit of a break before Fate of the Jedi and cover some stuff.
yeah, do
We've
some
got
one-offs
lots
we
of books
haven't
that
covered.
I've wanted to we've got lots of books that I've wanted to go back and talk about. So
Yeah. There's still Tatooine Ghost in the New Rebellion that we didn't do
I want to
between.
do Tatooine Ghost. I'm less excited. I mean, I've only New Rebellion is one of the Star Wars books that I remember the least about. Only
Yeah.
the bombs and all the droids across the galaxy and Han being labeled a terrorist.
Hmm.
It will be fun to revisit that. It feels like it's been a long time since we've been in that part of
Yeah.
Star Wars.
And it's the
Are
last
we
one in
all
that genre because like Tatooine Ghost is in that period, but it came out.
later? Yeah, it's got prequel stuff in it.
Yeah.
Um,
Kitster.
are we all caught up? I think we're all caught up on the X. We only got one X-wing book left, right? We've only
Mercy
got
Kill.
Mercy Kill, and that's during Fate of the Jedi, I believe. So
Is it during it or is it between? It's after Fate of the Jedi.
after? Okay.
Yeah, it's Apocalypse,
So
then Mercy Kill, then Crucible.
I don't know if I've ever read Mercy Kill before, so
I have
that'll
not.
be fun. So that's something to look forward to. We'll get some piggy action. I don't know which other wraiths are left. I just know.
I think they're all still
I-
alive, basically.
yeah.
But we also, between Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi, we have to do Cross Current and Riptide.
Okay.
Technically also Millennium Falcon, but like we have to do Cross Current and Riptide.
So we'll finish Legacy of the Force this month, and then we'll probably start Fate of the Jedi in like maybe February.
I wouldn't be surprised if it takes until
maybe
like
even
next
later.
summer before we actually get there, depending on
Okay.
how fast we read a bunch of books. But yeah,
Because we've got canon novels releasing too, and we might. This is one thing that I've been thinking. We might even want to do the Revenge of the Sith reread.
yeah.
That would be our second ever reread, I think. Because didn't we do Thrawn twice?
No,
Or no?
we haven't ever done repeat.
I know, like there are some of the like Star Wars Legends channels are like the book channels are on like their third or fourth rereads at this point, which like God bless them.
Hmm.
I heard there was Did you hear about that Legends convention they did?
Yeah, Legends Con in California. Like they've done it it's a yearly thing, right? So
Well, it was Legacy Expo. Anyway, it was Legends Con. So there's two of them. There's
Yeah.
Legends Con and Legacy Expo, and one of them sued the other one.
yeah.
Yeah, you're familiar with this?
Vaguely, I know one didn't happen because of legal reasons, but
Well, they emailed me. I think I mentioned this on stream. They emailed me and were like, "Hey, would you help like sell some tickets?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like I can't go, but I do want. I would love to go some year and make a whole video out of it. Like I can't go, but I'll be happy to sell some tickets. And then the next day they were like, "Yeah, we cancel it."
beautiful.
It was Legacy Expo. That was the
Yeah.
one that did happen. That was September. So.
Like some of the TR devs were there.
Oh, really? Did they
Yeah.
say it was fun? I know they had like
Yeah.
a few authors end up having to had to pull out, but
That rarely
it was
works.
it was in Burbank, so I mean I'd love to head to California, but they had Barbara Hambly there, which
Yeah.
I was like, let's go. Like speaking of like let's talk Planet of Twilight with Barbara.
I think unironically that is what one of the TR devs wanted to do and did.
And then I know they had I know Michael Stackpole, Jason Fry. I think Stover and James Lucino did make it, but I think Stackpole and Jason Fry had to pull out. But yeah, if you guys want to fly us out, we will do a live tap gaff at Legacy Expo.
Yeah, they won't have us as panelists, but we'll just stand in the foyer and yak.
I bet you if we had a panel, we'd get some people.
I almost
I bet you
wonder
we could
if
fill a ring.
like Thrawn's Revenge would get a bigger.
Oh, it definitely would.
What's the prominence there?
I was surprised. You were at you were at Scum and Villainy. Like, when I was there the first time, and my channel was much smaller, there were like a lot of people who you'd be surprised, and it'd be same with you. Like there are a lot of people who know who you are. They just
Well, we were all walking around in Disney in a group, and the only one who got recognized was Bombastic, and he was nearly dead.
usually it's Elliot. Elliot always gets recognized.
Right. Well, we're gonna go get recognized playing Fortnite in a couple minutes. Over on youtube.com/ECKSTOO. But thank you for listening. Next week, Visions. Sorry for the video issues. I hope it's been cleared. I've been keeping an eye on the bitrate. It looks like it's been healthier since then. But I'll try to have that figured out for next time.
Bro does not know how to do this.
Look, I'm new. I've only been doing this for 10 years.
Yep, me too. I was just looking, and in early next year will be my 9th, and then year 9. When did you upload your first video?
On existing channels.
Like, when was your first TR video?
My first,
your first
TR
Empire
video,
War video?
Let's see. Because there was a Thrawn's Revenge channel that
I knew that. I saw the trailer.
had stuff on it. So the first video there. Let's just log on in. YouTube Studio. How's that channel doing? -2 subscribers in the last 28 days.
Damn.
242 views in the last month. Content. Date, reverse. 30th of March 2012. Thrawn's Revenge, Nebula and Chaff, Death Clone animation creation.
Same one in the game, believe it or not. No, I'm joking. My first one on this channel my current channel was February 3rd, 2017. But my very first YouTube channel, which was more like The Sims and stuff. Let's see when that was. God, it was ages ago.
My first upload
May
on
26, 2007.
My first upload on Loses was
views.
June 8th, 2015.
Wow.
So I'm over 10 years there. I started full time in September 2016.
Yeah, because you were full time before I was.
Yeah, because I was full time despite not making more than like $30 a month because I was living with my parents and nothing else to do. So it's only like sort of full time.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I think that's all for me.
Right.
And we'll see you guys at X2 ECKSTOO. We'll be playing some Simpsons Fortnite, and I'm sure we will get to some shenanigans as well.
Only a few. But goodbye, everyone.
Only a few.